Hello again, YouTube. Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subject channel. Shout out to all my supporters, all my loyal followers. I appreciate y'all, all those who appreciate my content, learn from my content. Love to all of y'all. Brotherly love, sisterly love. And women, you women, by no means is it a me against you thing. It's just time to right this ship. Time to right these ships, man. You know, a lot of women be trying to sick these judges on men. They be knowing they're gonna take their side most of the time. So they'll play on it. But we gonna talk along those lines today. Let me see. These people crashing, don't make me late. Lunatic drivers. So we gotta talk about this stuff, man. We'll title this later. Y'all know me. I'm gonna be all over the place, but I always make it back home to the points that I'm making. We'll call this Isaiah 4:1. I think I can make this part of the Isaiah 4:1 series, what I'm about to talk about today. And I got the inspiration from Charisma, something that I read that he talked about earlier in the comments, and something that I talked about with one of my sons. Y'all gonna hear me reiterate some points, because y'all gotta realize we got new people that might not have been subscribers 20 videos ago, 40 videos ago, 100 videos ago, 1,000 videos ago. So sometime we might have to come back to some of the points that we make. I got a new phrase that I use, and that's people looking for horses to ride. What do I mean by this? I'm talking about how, you know, people, instead of saying, you know what, you're right, I need to work on that. You know what, that's true, I need to work on that. They try to deflect, and they want to ride on certain points, like they want to ride. Like, for instance, what do a man being broke have to do with these women behaving? What do them having body counts of 50, all different shapes and sizes, had to do with he little? No, me personally, when that comes into play, the question has to be asked from that particular woman who tries to make that point is, what's your sexual history? Because if that's the case, then that means that you done had something that you probably shouldn't have had, because you're not married to him, obviously, because you messing with the other dude. They looking for horses to ride. He broke, he short, he too little, he this, he that, he be acting soft, blah, 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 blah. His teeth messed up. He got a bald spot. They looking for horses to ride. But like the other saying involving horses go, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Well, now I say people looking for horses to ride. They want to deflect and make all these excuses instead of correcting their behavior. Women don't want to say, well, I'm satanic, I'm demonic. Because if you don't submit to your husband, if you're a Jezebel, if you are trying to tell him, now watch this. If you are trying to tell him anything, boss him in any kind of way, and there's any area that you don't listen to him, you are Jezebel, you are Lilith, you are Eve, equals satanic. Now y'all can try to paint Eve as lovely, But Eve was the first one to buy into what the devil said. She wasn't there to be telling Adam what to do. She wasn't there to be offering him fruit that he knew he wasn't supposed to eat and she knew he wasn't supposed to eat. She was doing the work of the devil, and the work of the devil is to destroy families. We hear about it in the Bible. A house divided against itself shall not stand. That means if you going with somebody, you trying to build with them, and they divided against you, that house got to fall down. You gotta end that construction and start a new construction. Anybody that know about architecture and anybody that know about construction know that sometimes things be going on that land where they have to halt construction. Let's do this. Isaiah 4:1 says, in that day 7 women will take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own food, wear our own clothes, only let us be called by your name. Take away our disgrace. The disgrace is unsubmissive women who want to be married, who want to have families. You're not being a good example. What if you had daughters? So you're going to teach your daughters to be argumentative, to start fights, try to fist fight her husband and then call the police when she loses? All of these things are going on, y'all. All of these things. So we got to understand that people are trying to implement Satanism into the marriage relationship and relationships in general. Because you either have the Bible and you're doing it the Bible's way, and simping is not the Bible's way. So all you do is to think, y'all in the church talking about, thank you, Jesus, but your wife punking you still demonic. I'ma let you know. I know y'all like to pick y'all own prophets. I get it. But I'ma let you know that you are not following the Most High's way being led by a woman. Any dude that's talking about happy life, you can't trust him, his spirituality. Don't let him witness to you. Don't let him lay hands on you. Because if his wife is running the house and he lay hands on you, he laying demonic hands on you. Like the Bible say, you cannot drink for the cup of the Lord or the cup of the Most High and the cup of the devil. Excuse me for saying that, Lord. We know what that means, but who keep it score? So when these women act like this, you got to understand, you are guilty as well for not being a leader. Because what happens is, the Most High gave you the open door to have as many wives as you want and divorce as many wives as you need to divorce. So if you allowing a woman to dictate to you, then you are in Satanism. You are in Luciferianism. You might as well call it Lucindaism, because that, you know what, I ain't gonna even get into the names. I know the names, some of the names are deceptive, but we're gonna stay on task. So I told my son earlier, I said, when you deal with these women, do not deal with them from a position of weakness. You gotta be willing to dump. You gotta be, sometimes you gotta have war. If you can't make these women wave the white flag, then you gotta wave it by getting away from them. But I'm telling you, when you allow them to lead you, how do you expect to have a different result from what Adam had? Evil coming into the world. What's they gonna say next? I believe, I was thinking about something. Wouldn't it be fun if we had a third person in the bed with us? That's the type of stuff they're gonna do if you allow them to. You don't need these women. You brainwash, you idolizing them, which is a sin. Idolaters shall have their part in the lake of fire. Do you see what I mean by this? Do you see what I mean? The Most High do not like idolatry. So if you idolizing some broad that you with that ain't even cooperating with you, argumentative, sneaking behind your back doing stuff, disrespectful, that's idolatry. For you to put up with that, it's idolatry. It is. It is. The simps is already making it bad enough. We gotta right these ships by standing on these women and forcing them to deal with these simps. Because a simp is a simp for a reason. A simp ain't gonna be faithful. Soon as thing don't go his way, he might say yes, dear, but he gonna clap some second cheeks. Because that's what they do. You can't tell me, man, I don't work with so many dudes. Then wife believe, I said, so your wife believe that you're faithful? He said, yes. I said, that's simping. You simping, man. You scared to lose her. So you being dishonest. You being disingenuous. He said, man, if I want some side, I'm gonna give me some side. That ain't how it work, man. That ain't how it work. These guys, this is what they do. They'll go to church 2 times. They'll go to church on Easter and another time, right? And now they want to gauge themselves by people that's really with the Most High, like me, that really know the do's and don'ts of being with the Most High. And so they'll have their own do's and don'ts. Well, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I stopped drinking and smoking. Listen, if you think the Most High is mostly concerned with what you drink and smoke, you done fell off the boat. He's looking at your heart. The kingdom is not meat and drink. Didn't the Messiah say it goes out of the drought? People want to talk about pork. And then some of these dudes that don't eat pork, they'll mess with your wife in a heartbeat. They'll put a long one in her, sometimes longer than yours, and bust her chops. And then they'll be talking about they don't gamble, they don't drink, they don't smoke. A lot of these guys got the Jezebel spirit too. Remember I said she caused the servants to eat food sacrificed to idols. That's symbolic. It's symbolic and literal at the same time. And to commit fornication. But also she causes them to commit adultery. So we got to understand what Jezebel does. Jezebel wants to run the kingdom. She don't want to be the queen. She wants to be the king. Ain't that most women? They think they doing something. I'm going to tell y'all like this too, man. Please listen to me. Everything I'm saying in this, you might want to listen. But what I'm saying right here, you really want to listen. Jezebel never sees no harm in what she does and says. Now keep in mind, she doesn't respect the king. She wants to turn, all these other Jezebels want to turn y'all into Ahabs, where you'll put her in front of what God said and everything else. All the while, you have an open range as to how many women you deal with. Now, don't listen to these preachers, man. I'm telling you, you can have multiple wives. You can have concubine. They reading from a Bible. Let me show y'all how the Bible works. They're reading from a Bible and trying to cherry pick. People try to accuse me of cherry picking. What I'm doing is not cherry picking. What I'm doing is rightly dividing. See? But they'll try to cherry pick and talk about Abraham as being this great man, but then condemn guys for having more than one woman. It's just a matter of doing it the way the Most High permits, not doing it. Now, again, if you want to be monogamous, more power to you. If that's what you choose, that's what you choose. But don't try to label polygyny as evil and then read from the Bible trying to preach sermons about Abraham and Samson and all of these guys that had multiple wives and had concubines. That ain't how it worked. You can't try to say these guys is good, but then call the guys in the world today that understand that they can have multiple wives evil. You being a hypocrite when you do that. You want to act like Abraham, the father of many nations. Man, don't you know Abraham had Isaac and Ishmael? And the blessing was on Ishmael too. You need to read your freaking Bible, egghead. These dudes, y'all notice how these dudes be having these eggheads sometimes too? That egghead ain't deciphering the word right. You need to ask the Most High, why ain't he showing you these truths? These women, like for instance, when Creflo Dollar, they said allegedly he caught Taffy in Kevin Samuel's DMs while he was still alive. And she came up with this old crazy, well, I'm just doing investigating. I'm just investigating. Yeah, sure you are. That probably was her type. She probably liked dudes that looked like Kevin Samuel. He was tall. He was well dressed. That could be her type. See, when it's them, they always want to come up with some half-hearted lie. But I bet you if Creflo Dollar was in, like, let's say, what's that one girl, Lotto or somebody, if he got caught, somebody DM, she'll be crying, probably locking herself in the room, arguing with him, all type of stuff. But when she did it, it was okay because she's a woman. That's that Jezebel stuff. Ain't nothing okay that the Most High didn't say is okay. Let me see how my time looking, man. Yeah, I'm getting there. If the Most High didn't say it's okay, it's not okay. And that's what people got to realize. And I told you, I'm going to make a night video. I'm going to come back in the dark talking about this similar stuff. Because this is important, man. Like charisma, you said that you're going to waste a lot of money on dates for them to string you along. Unfortunately, man, that's what they do. So it's almost like a homeless person looking for food in a garbage bin. You think of how much stuff you're going to have to move to the side and throw out of the bin to find something that's trash, but it'll get the job done. You don't want her to be trash, so that's how it is. But how you want it to be, you want it to be you, like a rich man looking for a fine suit to wear to an important event. Think of how many suits you gonna try on. This not gonna fit right. This not gonna look right to you. That ain't gonna go with your shoes. So you gonna have to just keep trying them on until you find one that's good enough for the event. That's how it is with these women, man. I'm telling you. We got to have an abundance mindset. Don't let them take that away. These women will try to have you thinking you evil or something for understanding that you don't got to stick to just them. And then I see these Christian guys on Facebook and Twitter and all this stuff. Like, I done start responding because to me, it's my job to make sure that people get the truth. I'm the truth man. These guys, this dude gonna say, and I respect him, man, because I done known him a long time, but I be trying to get him to understand what the truth is in regards to this. And so, I respect this dude, I'm telling you, but he putting a churchy cherry on top of how relationships really are and the approach that you really got to take in regards to these relationships. He said something like, he said, make her happy and she'll make you happier. Show me where that happened. It's recently come out that Giselle been cheating on Tom Brady. Okay, if you cheating on Tom Brady, Why do you care if he come back to football or not? She was just trying to punk him. I'm telling you. She was trying to punk him. That's what they do. Don't let no woman, we going here, man, please leave today. You ain't, man, you don't tell me. I tell you. You don't tell me, okay, get out the way. Excuse me, get out the way. Let me see what else is out there. These women, man, I'm telling you, these bossy women, these unsubmissive women, they be easy. I'm telling you, they'll open that thing up quick for somebody else. And y'all got to start making it harder for them to get this money and this child support and alimony. If she was denying you sex, right, and y'all end up divorced, and she give it to somebody else easy, but yet you getting these notices every month to give her money, man, please. Make her sweat. Take her back to court and tell that judge what she been doing, and if that judge be unfair, appeal it and ask for a new judge. You can't let these women get away with this stuff, man. They be literally sabotaging guys' relationship with their kids. And I don't want to hear about the 10 dudes that was too sissified, excuse my language, I ain't putting down no groups, to basically stand up and be a father to their kids. I'm not trying to hear that, man. It's way more dudes that want to be in their kids' life than it is that don't. So I ain't trying to hear about the ones that don't, because they ain't the ones that suffer. The ones that suffer is the one with these young, under 18 years of age children that now they can't see because of her. Now they're in a different household. They'll spend all these years in their kids' life, seeing their kids every day. And now these unhappy, disgruntled, fake spiritual women get in the way of all of that and sabotage their relationships because they are Jezebels. Because if they weren't Jezebels, then this wouldn't be an issue. It wouldn't be an issue. But because they are, it is. Jezebel thought she could do whatever she wants. She was threatening prophets, doing everything, and then tried to put on makeup and seduce another prophet. And it took a eunuch, where eunuch mean they done had parts to cut off, to throw her out that window. Come on, man. This stuff is getting ridiculous. And people, when guys stand up, give them their flowers. Like me personally, I'm a super chat again eventually, but some of these guys just seem like that's all they after, man. Like they don't be trying to like dialogue with people. They don't be, they just be they, and then some of them will talk about preachers just like that, but they like that. That's one of the reasons why, like, I stopped doing that stuff. And even, like, one time I gave a dude a super chat, a popular YouTuber, and he intentionally, I know he saw it. You ain't gotta read what I say, but you ain't gonna read what the next person say that's right under me. I'm like, I almost cussed, like, man, F dude. I stopped. I watch him from time to time. I stopped. I took the membership off. I stopped sending the money. I'm like, man, who the hell this nigga think he is? Excuse my language. Ninja. And I stopped all that support, man. And other people suffered because of him. Well, they ain't suffered, but trust me, man, I got a little money, man. It did damage. Cause if I would have, every time I came in there been given money, that would have been a lot of money over time. But all of those people lost out because of one person, well, really two. I'm not finna send no money to no arrogant dude. I'm just not. Like, if you, I know the difference between confidence and arrogance, man. If that's one thing I know the difference between confidence and arrogance. It's easy to tell. But I start noticing these guys arrogant, man. They were, like, it was one dude I had recently started listening to him, watching him. And a guy came and opposed him, and I agreed with the other guy. And he got to saying this dude was broke and he a loser. And I said, man, here we go with this YouTube pride. Man, I ain't really watched dude content since then, man. Like, I don't even got the notification set to that turkey dude. But anyway, I got to get up in here. I'm going to make another video. I told y'all we're going to talk about this. Thanks for watching.